Hi, welcome to our second class in Yecheskel. This class, like all of the classes, are dedicated to the memory of Rachalei Bat Rav Chaim Tzvi. It should be a source of aliyah for her neshama. In the previous class, just to review briefly, we spoke about Yecheskel, the prophet of exile, standing on the banks of the Kvar, which is the Pras, the river that leads from Eretz Yisrael away from Eretz Yisrael. We spoke about how he saw something that was similar to what Yeshaya saw, but being in Chutz La'aretz, he saw a different dimension. What did they both see? They both saw the relationship Hashem has to us, from his angle, not from our angle, which is very unusual. However, Yeshaya's imagery was at a much higher level because it was in Eretz Yisrael, the place in which the heavens are open, in an entirely different level. He was like the royal minister who sees the king, while Yecheskel was like the villager. So what he's seeing has much more to do with our contemporary reality in exile. So we began to discuss what he saw. We said by way of preface that everything here is metaphoric, everything here is difficult, and that we're only touching the tip of the iceberg. But again, the Psukim are here for us to learn. So we said that that the heavens opened, and the first thing that he saw was a great storm coming from the north. This is exile. The great storm is exile. And in the storm, he sees cloud and fire. So we have three descriptives: cloud, fire, and storm, which parallel the three things that conceal Hashem, three external forces that characterize exile. And in the midst of it, there's angelic force. And there's Noga, which is also radiance, meaning there's something redemptive about the exile. There's something radiant. So the radiant part is Klipat Noga, the part of ordinary experience that we could uplift through free choice. But the radiance is the radiance of Hashem's presence with us all along through his angels. Okay, so what he sees then is four animals that are going to be leading a chariot that has wheels. So the chariot is the means through which Hashem moves from his unknowable reality to this world. The wheels which touch the earth are the natural processes of this world. And the animals are the angelic forces that are compared to animals, that give the spiritual vitality of the divine throne to the process that makes the worlds move. So again, let's make this part a little bit easier. Above what Yecheskel saw is the divine throne, through which Hashem judges what to mashpia downwards. That's the sphere of miracles, the sphere of revelation, the sphere of unity. Coming down, like water coming down through filters, we have something else. We have another level of world, the world of Yetzirah, the world of formation, where things begin to concretize. So in that level, we see the Merkava, not the throne, but the Merkava. The Merkava brings Hashem here. How? Through the Shefa that comes down through the world of the throne to the Merkava that's led by these angelic forces, the animals that are full of life force from above. They turn the wheels of life. Now these animals have description. So these angelic forces, which are not the same ones that Yeshaya saw. He saw Argaman. We're talking about now forces that are disguised in exile. The spiritual forces that we have to live within our own exile to discover what's good and redemptive there, and the energy of exile itself. So these four animals each have four faces. We didn't as yet discuss the meaning of these faces. We're going to do that presently. But the idea by calling one of the faces the face of man tells us that these animals are forces that, although comparable to actual animals, are also comparable to man. So why is the metaphor animals? We don't normally associate angels and animals. Animals seem to be on the lowest end of the spectrum. Angels seem to be on the highest end of the spectrum. But as we said, angels, like animals, have no independent will. They're not distracted by anything. They do Hashem's will. So because of that one category of angels, the angels that Yecheskel saw here in the world of Yetzirah are compared to animals. But they also have the face of man, meaning there's a human response that we make. And we're going to have to talk about this in today's class. So we're going forward. Okay, so what we see next is that each one of these angels, okay, which are the chayot, the animals, have 4 faces. Okay, so whichever direction they were going, that's the face. In other words, they had 4 faces. So if one was going, if the one that was going to the right, the lead face was the Aryeh, which we had described as being the one on the right. If one was going to the left, the lead face would be the ox. Okay, so they all had all 4.